Hi, another day, another dollar. How's it going, everybody? My name is Infamous Addict, and I'm here with a video on, uh, well, a, a broader topic. I'm going to be talking about something I've been thinking about a little bit, and it's anime and manga, and not like, you know, which one's better, but just as a means of consumption, consuming entertainment. Because I've been thinking about, like, in the way that I've consumed anime and manga, I've consumed anime a lot more. That was the medium that introduced me to that genre of entertainment in Japanese entertainment. So I've been more experienced with learning about anime in general just through that, through the visual animated art form that it is. And then afterwards, I started getting into manga more and more after I would see a bunch of season ones for seasonal anime. Oh, and by the way, I have my retainer, and I'm sorry about that if I have a lisp. But after seeing a bunch of season ones and seasonal stuff, I would get interested in the show and be like, yo, I want to see more of this, like Jujutsu Kaisen or, um, well, Super Dragon Ball Super, Boruto, One Piece, stuff like that, where shows that are either, short and haven't gotten a continuation yet, or long running shows where the anime is nowhere near caught up to the manga. And for a long time, it was just me literally reading manga just so I can catch up to anime, because anime it's hard to compete with in terms of like reading versus watching, because it's like that for any medium, right? Let's say like the Harry Potter books and the movies, right? I never read a Harry Potter book or a movie, but seeing versus reading has to be different. They're like, unless if it's a perfect one-to-one interpretation, I would imagine people, at least I would prefer to watch it animated or visualized if it's done well, because you don't have to leave it up to an imagination anymore. You know, while people probably prefer that, leaving it up to imagination and just letting your mind wander, because that's what the point of books are. I feel like visualizing it, if it's done really well, can just be so breathtaking, Like it really just show you how creative what was being created was, like in a book or in a manga, And like manga kind of takes that away a little bit because it's all visual as well. Like you are seeing the panels. It's drawn. It's a drawn style. So you don't have to imagine as much, but you still do have to imagine some stuff, like movements and how a character might sound, or if a character is colored, how would they look, all that type of stuff, Or in like shonens or battle manga or stuff like that, where you see characters swinging and fighting and all that stuff, seeing how their body is doing these movements, it can be hard to imagine. And I don't want to give like all the credit to anime or any like animation or visualized form of media to be like, oh, it's easier to imagine it there or see it there as well. Because sometimes people could just make some dog water fights, bro. Like visually, some people can just make some where you can't tell what's going on. It's either too dark or the motions and the cuts, the camera work, stuff like that, or anything like that. Some people can just do that and it can make it worse to where it's barely visible. You can't even tell what's going on. And I don't want to discredit it like that happens all the time. There's beautiful fight scenes and anything that you can look up, or just beautiful movements and cuts, which is just comes with cinematography. You have the technology, so why not use it? But it's just something that I've always found interesting because manga, I like reading manga. I think it's fire. I think it's cool. I never really been one to read books. While I have read books before, I've always just like pictures in them, because while it makes me sound stupid, or not stupid, but it makes me sound like, oh, you don't like reading words. Like, nah, I like the creativity of having the visuals there. It's fun. It's cool. And if you think I'm stupid for liking pictures, then shoot, man. I don't know what to say to you. I like pictures. Like, what else can I say? But while having the creativity of reading the words from a page there, I've just never been partial to it. I can't really tell you what else about it. I just like seeing it more than I can reading it. I'm more like, I can't really imagine it as well. I only imagine what I imagine, and usually it's visually, which makes sense, because unless if you have that one affliction where you can't imagine things, I think most people would imagine things like visually as well. But manga itself, right? Like manga with that, I would usually just, like I said, continue off of where the show ended. But with Berserk and actually like Dragon Ball Super, I started reading from the very beginning, and that surprised me because I would never do that. Where like with Super, the show stopped at the Tournament of Power, and they had the Broly movie and Hero, but those aren't in the manga. So it's literally just you have everything that followed in the original anime, but they had some changes to it, like in the Trunks saga or in the Tournament of Power, and they have arcs that came afterwards, like the Moro arc or Granola, and then you have Berserk, where there's the three movies that came out for the Golden Age, and then there's the anime. I never watched the anime. I've only watched the three Golden Age movies, so that was my only primer to it. But I still read through the Golden Age. I made a video on it on this channel, and that's just crazy to me because me, like 2 years ago, probably would have skipped it. I probably would have just skipped the Golden Age. Like, well, what's there to see? There's there's probably nothing new in it, but there was something new. There was a bunch of new stuff that got cut out from the movies, which, for better or for worse, might have been needed because wow, oh my goodness. But I, I'm glad I read it. I read it from start to finish, and that's something that I should probably start doing more of, like reading series from start to finish, whether it's series I have already seen or series I haven't. And I'm not saying like when I start a series, I don't finish it or read it from the beginning. It's just like I said, anime has been the main form of consumption for me. So if there's a manga only thing out there, I'll probably only read it for the manga first because that's the only thing that's there for it. If there's an anime and I hear it's good, I'll watch it. I'll give it a shot. Like Chainsaw Man, Chainsaw Man. I have no doubt that the anime was probably the first experience for a lot of people this year, for sure. But you know, reading the manga apparently is really good. So why not start from the beginning, right? Because there's only 12 episodes that was covered, so it shouldn't be too much. Since I think Chainsaw Man is like, I don't even think like over 100 chapters yet, or at least around there. So stuff like that is just interesting. Like I feel like with the way that I've been reading things and watching things these past couple years, or just honestly ever since I've gotten into this medium, literally I should just look at them. Anime and manga are two sides of the same coin. They shouldn't be one or the other. They should be both. Because having both is the best way to consume one of the products. Like Attack on Titan. The way I've consumed the manga made the anime even better. Even though I kind of fell off of it once I had to wait like 3 years just for one season, or 7 years for one season. But I just, I feel like with the way I should go forward with it, I should just look at them the same way. Both of them are good ways to consume something, but you can have your preferences. You can have your preferences on how you want to go about it. And man, this all sparked from the fact that I'm reading Berserk right now, and there's no like definitive anime for it, so I can't. Or at the very least, there is, but there's like two of them, and people do not like them apparently. At least like the newer one that was like 2016. But man, Berserk really had me thinking spiritual, bro. Or not spiritual, but thinking deeper. It's crazy. But yeah, if you guys read manga, I you know I feel like you should look at some anime adaptations that you may have not seen. And if you have, don't listen to me. Don't worry about me. And if you are anime watcher only, consider giving it a shot. It's really fun. It's a good medium. It's cool. And this can apply to anything, like generally anything that is a visual medium or uh, a literary medium. I feel like it can apply to anything like that. So, you know, I say just overall, the message would be just go out of your comfort zone a little bit and see what you like, don't like, give it a shot. I can apply to anything in life. So hopefully it works out. But thank you all for watching. Hope y'all enjoy. Hopefully I didn't do this video like in the channel before, because if I have, I'm gonna look like a buffoon. But if not, then you'll see this video when it usually goes up. So hope you all have a good rest of your night or day, because I'm recording this like at 1 in the morning, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.